Everyone here is really intensely focused. You're free to do, work on your own projects. It's Mozart. Mozart's great. It's very summer-like.
It's actually very difficult to play.
It's also very difficult.
Kind of a challenge.
So how can we make that connection? First of all, let's not stop the bow at all. And then
working with Peter is really interesting because he's a composer, a conductor, a bassist, and just overall good guy.
On beat 2, already been in motion.
So he's bringing together all these disparate elements when he's talking about music.
I've always been really interested in teaching and in passing things on. I was really lucky growing up to have incredibly generous teachers. At a certain point, when you're at a certain stage, that can make a huge impression. And I knew that I couldn't really give back to them, because I was a young person and that they were well advanced in their career, but what I could do was try and pay it forward. It should feel like it's coming from there.
His way of teaching is a lot different to any teaching that I've had before.
If we were going to put words to it and say, you must play well, let's do that. You must play so well. I'm getting right now, you must play so well.
One of the things he's saying is like, you've got to breathe and then start a piece with movement. So it's interesting because it really kind of releases the tension. You've just got to remember to do it in that situation. That's the main thing.
I really like to think of this festival as I call it the anti-festival. A place where musicians who are serious about their career, who are mature, who know what they need, can go to kind of almost have a retreat.
Music Mountain, it's a really pretty location, It's in the woods pretty much. There's a lot of trees, good amount of bugs, but it's peaceful and it's nice to get out of the city.
So I came from Wales, and where I live it's very rural and there's lots of hills and lots of things. But it's like that, but just bigger.
The mission of the festival is multi-pronged. One is to support young artists in their own musical development, and one is to model a different career in the arts for them, and to work on the music of our time. I wanted to bring in artists who have a career which is outside the box, which is outside the traditional narrow career paths. In a group like Ethel, just watching them play, reacting to their spontaneity, the way that they rehearse, the way that they just inhabit the music they play, is one invaluable example of a way to make a career in music.
As musicians, we all remember our camp days, our days at these beautiful venues. There's an excitement, an energy, and a permission in that setting, which is very, very powerful.
You're around a lot of other people that are being productive in a small space, and that really works well for me.
I think it's very collaborative. Everybody's just very cohesive and looking out for each other. And I think that's actually one of the most unique things about this festival.
There was something off. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
What I think young artists need is that space, that time, that kind of environment, and also hit the financial pause button so that they're not constantly worrying about money. No artist should not be able to come here because of financial reasons. Nobody's going to pay really what it costs me to have them here. While the students work on their own repertoire in their lessons and in their practicing, as a group, when we come together in the orchestra, we play contemporary music.
Ethel is super fun to work with. I love their energy they brought.
It's kind of like an adrenaline rush.
Yeah, great. 3 before N, let's make that subito piano. And then at 2:07, also let's mark that down to piano so that Ralph can come through.
Oh yeah, you really want to hear that.
That's my gift to Ralph, is exposing
And in
that
turn, my
passage.
gift to all of you.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just accompany him.
As a string player, I'm so jazzed to be around these young people. We have had an incredible time working with them.
Really, really pump it out.
When you get to work with young people, you get to relive a lot of what you were going through. Get to revisit and say, wait a second, I wish I had known this at that moment.
Yeah, good.
They know a lot about articulation. They know a lot about intonation, or just, you know, the different things that are really unique with the contemporary music versus a romantic period piece.
Festival, it just feels like it's on the edge of something, and I don't know what that something is, but I want to be close to it.
The next festival opens a whole nother world to music that's happening today. Maybe this is the thing that'll really turn them on. Maybe this is the direction that they'll want to go in.
Thank you.